What's up everyone, this is FreeSimG. It's been a while since I actually did my last commentary video since I think it was the actual me of doing a discussion about the PvE meta in terms of damage increase, but anyway, that'll be a different topic that'll be for today. Anyway, I know you guys actually been watching all my new edited PvE content in terms of you seeing the seeded content that you actually saw before, and then after that, then you actually saw the new Closers project that I actually did a little tease you about, and then I actually showed you guys. And surprisingly, that video was actually skyrocketed to the point it's around 13,000 views. At this point, I know it's been a little bit shocking for me as myself to see that video actually got up to such a high rate, and at the same time it's actually bringing new people to the group. And for those who actually joined the channel, I do like to welcome you to my channel, and I do look forward to seeing you guys, talking to you, and hopefully you get to join my new content I actually have planned for throughout the year. Anyways, back on topic. I know you guys are actually wondering how I able to pull up such a complex video editing concept in order to bring up the Closers UI that you saw in the game and put that onto Elsword. And maybe you guys are wondering, how do you actually do that? Can you teach me how to do it? And so this video today will actually guide you on the process I actually go through in order to create them. Before actually diving into this project, it did took me some time in order to think about how I'm able to pull this out of the life in terms of getting the UI from the Closers themselves, versus in order to take some elements from Elsword and integrate them into Closers in order to make them work in harmony. And somehow you actually saw from the video themselves, it did actually happen. There's some things I actually did miss out on the video themselves, and you guys pointed out, and I do take those suggestions for granted, and I actually did integrate those changes into the next video. This will actually be the new step process for any new edited PvE content for now on. So whenever I actually work on a new project, I do post it out. You guys can actually critique it, see is there any suggestions I need to add to the video, and then actually take those changes and apply in the next video. So therefore, it'll actually be almost a near perfect product before the season ends, before I actually work on something else. Now that's off the way, I can actually show you what's going on with my workflow in terms of using Adobe Premiere Pro, which is my main video editor of choice. Along using Premiere Pro as my video editor, I actually have to use other programs too, because there's some things that Premiere Pro can't do alone. So for the actual visual effects themselves and try to get some green screens out of the character recordings, I just have to use a program called After Effects. And for any artworks or anything I need to draw on, I have to use Photoshop, just in case I need to draw some characters or create some UI by scratch, or just using the actual original UI you see from the games as a template, and basically draw every single element from that screenshot and then put them into the game. Moving back to Premiere Pro, you can see there's a lot of things going on. There's stuff in the place, there's images, there's blogs, videos. All this looks intimidating at first, but however, once you do get used to it, this interface is actually pretty easy to use. You just gotta know how to arrange the images and the videos according to whatever order you want, and at the same time, you gotta know which effects are going to be applied and gotta know when to coordinate whenever things actually work or not. So I know you guys actually been wondering how I'm able to play the game without the UI in Elsword, and however, when you see in the video themselves, you can actually see the HP bar and MP bar are still retained. And just to answer that question, I actually have to rely from one of my party members or guild members that are actually with me in that party to do a recording of their gameplay, and then they have to send me that file to me, either Google Drive or any preference they want. And I actually have to work with that and try to integrate the information that has been given in the dungeon run. And then when I actually go to Premiere Pro, I have to try to synchronize my video versus theirs, so the actual accuracy of the MP and HP bar will be more consistent, and that way it actually looks like I actually have the information on real time versus I actually have to recreate it by scratch, and I probably have to guess when I actually get hit or when my certain amount of MP gets used or not. For the actual interface themselves, that's actually done by Photoshop, as I actually had to do some artwork on trying to trace all the borders and some boxes that the original Closers game actually has. So I have to take the time in order to draw that out and then try to put some special effects or actually add some third job artwork into the game, or in this case actually adding to this artwork on another artwork. So just actually make things interesting on how to manipulate the artworks and some sort of stuff from we see to the Closers game, and try to make it the way that you actually can see actually comes out to real life if they were to do such a thing. Just to cut this short, there's a whole lot of things I have to talk about in terms of making this video editing happen, but that can't be covered in one video, as I probably won't have the time just to mention all of the elements I have to put into there, as to probably roughly take roughly like a 30-minute discussion of me talking about how to do this and such. To put a conclusion on this video, There are some questions floating around in the comment section saying that they were wondering how many hours I actually put into making this video. So for the straightforward answer I have to give you, if I were to total all the hours I actually put onto this project, I would probably have to say roughly 16 hours in order to make from start to finish. Roughly less than 1 hour. That's actually me playing Elsword, but the rest of them is actually me going through a whole lot of photoshopping and a whole lot of video editing too, which actually be mostly my time doing on the computer almost roughly every night until midnight, as I actually have to go to work around 8 in the morning to 5 p.m. Then I actually have some other stuff to do the rest of the hour until roughly around 9 p.m. at night, and that's actually when the time I are going to be working on the video themselves. Hopefully you guys actually enjoyed this video of going a mini tour in terms of what's going on behind the scene, behind creating those videos. And if you actually want more in detail, you can actually just ask me in the comments down below and try to answer to them as best as I can. And I do look forward to working with the Drobaki project, will actually be either premiere around the month of April, as KOG did said themselves there is no release date for him, but I believe around the month of April that's actually when he's actually going to come out. So hopefully you guys are actually going to look for that project, and they'll probably be a bit more mini closer project in terms of using the UI themselves but with different characters. That will be all for today, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.